Oh, hey there. It is Tuesday. So glad you're here. Come on in. It's the 17th. Here's what we're working on this morning for you. GoFundMe cancels a fundraiser for a Simcoe woman charged with spraying her neighbor with a water gun.
A teen convicted in the 2022 death of a Toronto homeless man has been sentenced.
And Sarah McLachlan going to be honored with her very own stamp. There's Steve Relic, looking fine. Nice jacket there, Steve.
Like that.
Okay.
A little understated
Shiny.
today. A little understated today.
Yeah, a little. That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah.
How many vests do you have?
About 50.
Really?
Do they all get worn?
Yep.
Everyone? Like
Very cool.
I can cycle through them all.
You can.
I like
okay.
that.
And do you look in your closet and say, I'm going to wear this today, or is there a rotation?
No, it's just whatever happens to be closest when the hand reaches in. But Kim does a lot of the picking as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Kim, your lovely wife
Your
does
lovely
some picking.
wife.
So good morning to Kim if you're watching. Another great day yesterday. We got another banger today, Steve.
Yeah, actually, we had the thought of some rain mid of the week, and it looks now that that's all changed, and we're back into just nonstop sunny conditions, kind of like being in Arizona. That's kind of what we've got on the go right now. On the road, 6:01 on your Tuesday. Thanks for being with us here, by the way, on Morning Live, hoping to spend part of your morning with us. Checking on the roads this morning, it looks like another busy day out there. Let's look at the cameras coming out of the Niagara area, and we are seeing things just getting a little bit busier right now. Up by the Burlington Skyway Bridge, again eastbound coming towards us, is fairly busy right now, so it could be another morning like yesterday where things are quite busy. QEW east of Brant Street moving along in good shape, but again, lots of activity out there. Ford plant, much the same, hasn't changed a whole lot. There's a little bit of road construction west of King Road. That camera needs some work. 403 Mavis Road up by Pearson Airport. Well, that's not reporting right now. So west of 401 not reporting. So it's kind of interesting out there on the roads today. Fairly busy, and our cameras are taking a bit of a siesta to start the day. However, we will update everything for you in the next little while. Reports of some fog as well, just in one area so far, and this would be Highway 6 South. So just be aware of that. But otherwise, things are good to start the day, and the sun will be up in another hour or so, and we'll be in good shape. It's got another great day coming. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Steve. Up first, a GoFundMe fundraiser set up for a Simcoe woman charged with assault after accidentally hitting her neighbor with a water gun. That's been shut down. Wendy Wassick's family set up the GoFundMe in an effort to raise funds to pay for the lawyer fees. So this comes after the Norfolk County woman was charged with assault with a weapon back on September the 1st. The weapon in question, it is a water gun. Wassick's daughter tells us here at CHCH News that the account was allegedly shut down because the website does not allow donations to be raised for criminal charges. GoFundMe website says that the funds are not allowed to be raised for, quote, the legal defense of financial and violent crimes involving and including assault. We've reached out to both GoFundMe and the OPP for more details on this, but have not heard back. We have Simone Gavros on this story, and she'll be following along this morning.
A 23-year-old motorcycle rider from Hamilton was killed in a crash that shut down part of the 403 in Burlington yesterday morning. His bike and an SUV collided on the highway. OPP say the driver of the SUV stayed on scene trying to help the motorcycle rider. Police have not said yet what caused that crash. It follows at least 3 traffic fatalities in the Hamilton and Niagara region recently, including 2 motorcycle deaths. This footage shows a separate incident from last Friday where 2 motorcycles collided. Police say one suffered life-threatening injuries while the other was not seriously hurt.
I want to stay on the roads because an attempted murder charge has been laid after a weekend crash. This happened outside of Port Dover. So Saturday afternoon on Highway 6 and Blue Line Road, there was a collision involving 3 motorcycles, an SUV, and a pickup truck. The crash itself killed a 33-year-old passenger on one of the bikes. Afterwards, there was a fight, which Norfolk OPP say resulted in a person being taken to hospital with serious injuries. In addition to the attempted murder charge, an unidentified person is also facing charges of dangerous operation of a vehicle and possession of a dangerous weapon. A publication ban has been issued in this case.
A crash in Norfolk County is a reminder how important seatbelts are. A driver is being treated for minor injuries after their vehicle rolled over a steep hill at a rural intersection.
The driver of this SUV sustained only minor injuries and was transported to an area hospital. It really is an unbelievable thing if we're talking about where the vehicle started and where it ended up and the way in which it ended up. Seatbelts do save lives.
Now, the SUV and a pickup truck crashed yesterday morning around 11 at Cockshut Road and St. John's Road East. That intersection, which is just north of Port Dover, is a common one for crashes.
Niagara Police have released a video capturing moments before a St. Catharines restaurant caught fire. And this is from last Thursday, about 3:30 in the morning. The video shows two men, top kind of middle of your screen, walking towards Castillo Shawarma on Lakeport Road in St. Catharines. One is carrying a red jerry can. Both men ran off and got into a dark four-door car driven by a third man. Police have also released video of the vehicle driving near the restaurant, the video of the two men walking along another street before the fire started. And officers believe the three men were at a gas station shortly before the fire and are asking nearby businesses just to check their cameras for more images.
A first teenage girl sentenced in the 2022 death of a homeless man in Toronto will not serve additional time in custody. She'll serve another 15 months probation under intensive support and supervision program. The girl pleaded guilty to manslaughter. She was 13 at the time of the attack on Kenneth Lee. 7 other teens aged 13 to 16 were involved. 3 have pleaded guilty to charges including manslaughter and assault, while 4 will face trial next year, 3 for second-degree murder and 1 of them for manslaughter. A new report shows just how dangerous living unhoused in Hamilton has become. A group of healthcare providers that's been collecting data on the deaths of people experiencing homelessness in Hamilton say 25 died between last December and this May. That's the largest number of deaths in 6 months since the group started collecting data. Since June of 2021, they say 116 deaths have been recorded, an average of 1 death every 10 days. Most of these deaths were from drug overdoses. The group says the deaths demand immediate attention. Well, the first Ontario Centre in Hamilton is partially through its rebuild. CHCH got inside for a sneak peek. The area's longtime staple for entertainment and sports is a skeleton of its former self because crews have stripped away the seats and several sections inside. Oakview Group, which is leading the renovation, says the concourses are being completely reimagined by creating more open spaces. They say it will significantly improve crowd flow and make coming into and going out of the arena much easier for fans.
Schedule here is very aggressive. You can see there's work going on in every corner of the building. It's tough to schedule all that work, but we are on schedule. We will be open on time, and we're looking forward to it.
Project is also trying to create more comfortable spaces for performing artists, especially those who are doing multiple shows. The arena is set to reopen with a new name in November of 2025. City of Niagara Falls is launching a community engagement initiative to develop a new strategy for its brand. People are invited to share their thoughts on what best reflects the city's pride and evolving identity. The city explains that a brand strategy goes beyond just a logo or a tagline. It also embodies the city's values, culture, and reputation. It influences how people who live there, businesses, visitors, and potential investors see Niagara Falls. You can share your feedback through an online survey or by going to an open house on October 2nd at the McBain Community Center.
Sportsline time. Let's get into it. Week 2 of the NFL season wrapped up from the city of brotherly love, where the Eagles had a lead over the Atlanta Falcons, but then this happened.
One at the bottom. Cousins looks right, has a man, touchdown, Drake London.
The Falcons QB Kirk Cousins, who has always had some trouble playing in primetime games, didn't let that affect him last night. He hooked up with Drake London for a 7-yard go-ahead touchdown to put the Falcons up 22-21 after a 70-yard drive with 34 seconds left. Eagles QB Jalen Hurts, his pass was intercepted to seal the Falcons' win. Both teams are now 1-1 on the season. Okay, so let's check in on the Ticats, who were back at practice yesterday after their second straight win on Saturday afternoon against Ottawa. Team looking the best they have all season. The defense producing some big stops, while the offense having their way on the ground and in the air. And try and go for the season sweep over the Argos on Friday night at BMO Field after beating the Double Blue for a second time at the Donut Box on Labor Day. And for head coach Scott Milanovich, he feels their confidence is building.
We don't talk about it, but I know they know, right, where we're at and what needs to be done. And the thing I love about them is, regardless of any outside, you guys, regardless of what you guys are saying, they understand that we've got to win this game this week and then go from there.
And the Ticats have 5 games remaining, currently 6 points behind the Argos for third in the East. They need a win, and it goes down Friday nights from BMO Fields. All right, we're a couple days away from NHL camps opening up, and in Pittsburgh, any thoughts of Sidney Crosby not being there for the whole season? They've been put to rest. The Penguins locked up their captain to a 2-year and a modest $17.4 million contract, $8.7 million a season, to match the 87 on his jersey like it has been his entire career. The 37-year-old, 3-time Stanley Cup champs, entering his 20th season, coming off a solid year, scoring 42 goals, 94 points, good for the 12th best in the league. Here's Sid on why his goal has never been to be the highest paid player.
Winning is the most important thing to me, and I think understanding the dynamic and how it works and trying to give, the team the best possible chance to be successful. And ultimately, you got to go out there and do your best and do your job. So, I think I'm more focused on that than than the number, I guess.
So why is Crosby holding a press conference on the front porch of somebody's house? Well, that's because the Penguins were doing their annual tradition of dropping off season tickets to Penguins fans by the players themselves. Huge thrill for any fan to have your favorite player arrive at your door to drop off your tickets for the upcoming season, and a reason why Sid and the Penguins are so loved in the area and around the league.
That's a great idea. I'm surprised more people don't do that. All right, let's have a look and see what's happening outside on the roads. First of all, 6:12 on your Tuesday. And again, weather not a factor in our drive to work today or even for the drive home. Let's go down to the Niagara area. First of all, to start, looking through the Glendale area, a little on the calm side right now, which it usually is, but there is a little more traffic, much like yesterday, than we normally see. Up by the Burlington Skyway Bridge, it's a little on the slow side right now, looking from the Hamilton side, eastbound coming towards us, left to right on your screen. Making the turn, Brant Street, again, traffic is building up, and much like again yesterday, we are expecting to see some fairly heavy traffic to start the day today. Up by the Ford plant, doesn't change a whole lot. 403 here, Ontario, is a little busier as well. As you look at 403 and Mavis, again, traffic is building up okay. It's 613, and up by Pearson Airport, it's fairly busy, but traffic's moving along in pretty good shape. We'll update everything for you in the next few minutes. But now let's have a look and see what's happening weather-wise for us. And there's a bit of a change in the weather, and if you're looking for rain, Tim, I know you are for your lawn, it doesn't look like it's going to happen at least midweek. So what do we got right now? We still have a southerly flow of air, which will keep us in dry conditions, will also keep us in warm conditions for the next several days. In fact, the next several days may look almost carbon copies of each other. Yesterday morning, we talked about low pressure coming up the American seaboard here and maybe bringing some rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to a slight chance of that at that point. But now, Environment Canada says doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's more cloud than anything else for us, and it looks like it's going to be dry right into the weekend as well. Quick look at radar shows we do have a little bit of cloud again ahead of that low pressure system moving into the area, so it'll be a little cloudier today in some areas than we've seen for the last little while. Here's some temperatures outside: 15 in Hamilton, 18 in Grimsby, Toronto 19, Mississauga 16 degrees. As we look at your almanac for today, sun will be up at 7:02, down at 7:25 tonight. Normal highs 20 degrees, and we will be above that as we have been for the last little while. 25 degrees expected. Feeling like 30 though. Lots of sunny conditions, and tonight's temperature around 14 degrees. Mild, again about 4 degrees above seasonal, with light winds and just a little bit of cloud. We'll look at the extended forecast and check your traffic. All this coming up in the next few minutes. That's it.
Okay,
right.
Coming up, we're going to say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come on Chit Chat.
Also get into some business news on this Tuesday, and the latest inflation figures are coming out a little bit later this morning. That story and more in 2. Hey, there's our friend Emily Vukovic. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Coming up in Chit Chat, we're going to chat about Sarah McLachlan. They're giving her a stamp, her very own stamp. Super, super cool. We're also going to be chatting about Saturday Night Live. Its 50th anniversary. Season premiere, we know the date, and it's coming up. We don't know who's starring it yet.
They haven't announced that yet?
They have not. Stay
I
tuned.
thought they had. Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
And Emily in Paris got renewed for season 5, so we'll chat about that as well.
If you get a letter from Sarah McLachlan, and like you expect her stamp to be on the letter that you get from her, I guess it has
I
to
don't
be,
often
right?
get letters from
You
Sarah McLachlan. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Those are the things that we're going to discuss over the couch.
Apparently, Tim gets letters from Sarah McLachlan. This is
You guys
interesting.
don't, huh? I sponsor like dogs and things.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine. Okay, we'll see you in a bit.
I'll be there.
Business news right now, and let's check in on some of the numbers this morning. Our dollar gained 3 basis points, trading at 73.60 cents U.S. Gold off just under $3, 26.06 an ounce. Crude oil, it's up 12 cents, 70.21 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. Hey, Europe, midday trading. Gains across the board, London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
In Asia, the markets were down today in Tokyo, up in Hong Kong, and down in Shanghai. Checking North American markets, the TSX was up 133 points. The Dow added 228, while the NASDAQ lost. Okay, do we have those numbers?
Yes,
there we
there
go. NASDAQ lost almost 100.
Yes, we got it. Perfect. Well, those markets specifically on Bay Street could be affected by this because Stats Canada is set to release its August Consumer Price Index report this morning. Economists are expecting the report to show prices rose 2.1% from a year ago. Inflation has remained below 3% throughout 2024, giving the Bank of Canada room to begin cutting interest rates, which it has done 3 times so far this year. Bank of Canada's key lending rate now stands at 4.25%. Governor Tiff Macklem, he recently signaled that the central bank is ready to cut rates faster if inflation or the economy slow quicker than expected. The U.S. Federal Reserve is also expected to announce its first interest rate cuts in 4 years tomorrow.
About 33,000 Boeing workers in Washington are on strike as contract talks resume today. It's the first negotiation session since the strike started last Friday. The financial impact is uncertain. If it's resolved quickly, it might not affect Boeing's finances that much. But if it stretches on for weeks, like the 2008 8-week-long strike did, the hit could be substantial. That strike cost Boeing $1.2 billion, and that's in 2008 numbers. The company has already lost $33 billion since 2019 because of canceled orders and manufacturing issues. In a memo to employees, Boeing's chief financial officer acknowledges the financial strain and has announced cost-saving measures. They include a hiring freeze, travel reductions, consideration of furloughs, charitable donation cuts, and more. Workers want better pay and better benefits.
Red Lobster has exited Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. A U.S. bankruptcy judge approved the seafood chain's reorganization plan earlier this month, which included a lender group led by asset manager Fortress Investment Group acquiring the business. So the green light arrives under just 4 months after the Red Lobster filed for bankruptcy protection as it pursued a sale following years of mounting losses and dwindling customers while it struggled to keep up with competitors. Red Lobster is now an independent, privately held company with 504 restaurant locations in 44 states and 4 Canadian provinces.
Okay, taking a break right now. Steve is going to be back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast. We're looking for rain now.
Need to do rain dance or something.
And welcome back to Morning Live. Let's have a look and see what's happening on your highways right now. QEW Skyway, the Burlington side of things. As like yesterday, it's fairly busy to start the day. 6:24 on your Tuesday. Oh, by the way, thanks for spending your time with us today. Let's check an area. Well, Centennial Parkway is not reporting, but I have a story that just in that there is an eastbound collision right at QEW and Centennial. Left lane is closed, so that will be a slow area. We'll try to get that camera up and running again. Up by Pearson Airport, again, that camera's not reporting right now. Not a good day for our cameras out there for some reason. 403 and Mavis Road, seeing no major problems out there. So we'll update everything for you traffic-wise. Otherwise, it's just a busy day out there, except in that QEW Centennial eastbound. We'll check on that in just a few minutes. As far as weather's concerned, here's what we've got on the go. A little bit of cloud will move into our area for today, and we will see things be just sort of partly sunny skies. But for the next 2 or 3 days, it looks like we've got the same kind of conditions out there. Temperatures 4 or 5 degrees above seasonal. A fair amount of sun out there. Checking some temperatures. Not every area is reporting right now. Niagara Falls looking at 16 and clear skies. 15 in Hamilton, 16 in Cayuga, 10 in Simcoe and Kitchener and Guelph. Temperatures 9 and 13 out there. A little bit of fog reported in the Kitchener area. Also, Highway 6 North between Hamilton and Caledonia, reports of some fog out there. Burlington, 19 degrees currently. Looking at your Tuesday planner, we'll be up to 24 degrees with mostly sunny skies. And as we look ahead, your drive home will be under partly clear skies. Temperatures certainly well on the warm side of things. And your extended forecast shows that we really don't see any rain middle of the week like we thought we might. And even into the weekend, still above seasonal, but then back to seasonal temperatures by the weekend as cooler air comes in from out west. That's a look at things for now.
My front lawn's like straw right now.
Yeah, I know.
Goodness.
It's doing that.
What is going
Step on it.
Okay, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Friends, items from the 90s sitcom going up for auction.
A sale is hosted by Warner Brothers and Julian's Auctions. It includes sweaters worn by Jennifer Aniston, who played Rachel, and the late Matthew Perry, who played Chandler. Bidding is already underway online, and some of the items have surpassed estimates. Now, the auction also features a reproduction. It's not the real couch from Central Perk, and costumes worn by the guest stars like Susan Sarandon and Bruce Willis. The in-person and online auction is coming up on September 23rd. You know what I would want? I would want that frame that went behind the door.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's like iconic. You know what I would want? I would want to buy all those clothes and then wear them at once, like Joey did.
For a flight, right? See, save on luggage.
Yeah, I think he wore it. Was it all of Chandler's clothes that he put on? And he's like, could I wear anything more? I don't know. Anyways, I'm assuming you have the Friends theme song to break there, Laura?
Get our clapping hands ready.